Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Greetings, fellow mortals. Just a reminder saying it's just my opinion is for cowards. Earlier this year, I said that season 8 of Rick and Morty is my overall favorite in a significant amount of time, probably since season 3. No episodes are exceptionally great, no episodes are exceptionally terrible. I don't really expect much from it anymore. They're just fun, amusing distractions that don't mean much to me in the grand scheme of life. And I started out by saying this because Smiling Friends creates the exact opposite feelings in me.
Obviously, the jokes are great, but what I love is the storytelling.
Now, don't get me wrong, Smiling Friends is in no way a masterpiece of long-term storytelling, but it never promised to be. In fact, it promised to be the exact opposite, and then over-delivered in every conceivable way possible, with the main character starting out by helping a depressed Mr. Plinkett, trying to keep him from ending his own life. Absurd, wild events happen, which result in Mr. Plinkett deciding to continue living in order to pursue his dream of exterminating vermin.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And this is far from the craziest the show has ever been, or ever probably will be if they continue. Every single episode is a trip in its own right, usually taking rather mundane situations and exploding them into the absurd in a multitude of different ways, from helping a disgraced celebrity to literally going to hell, from being kidnapped by a raving fan to getting some paper clips, from helping their boss with a business deal to being abducted by aliens. Okay, not all of them are mundane concepts taken to the extreme, but you get my point.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Most episodes could easily be described in a boring way if you wanted to do so, because the premise could be described as boring in and of itself. Charlie and Pim work at Smiling Friends. Their whole goal is to make their clients smile and happy. Yep, that's it, and it's the perfect stand-in for basically every single service industry in the entire world.
Oh, it's so obvious. I would have never thought of that.
Yep, if you have ever worked in anything, ever, at any point, your goal is to leave clients satisfied enough to come back and recommend the service to another person later. You want a good example of this? I recently had my bathroom redone. It was a gigantic nightmare. Of the dozen or so people who came in and out, who were hired, quit in the middle, or got fired, there's only one company that left me happy, and that's the second set of plumbers who actually prevented a pipe from busting. Thanks, previous plumber.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
The main characters of this show basically working a service job are what anchors it. Pim is always energetic and positive. He probably picked this job because he likes the idea of making people smile. Charlie is cynical and negative. He probably picked this job because he thought that it would be an easy payday. It's their dynamic which grounds the absurd concepts, because we've all met a Pim and a Charlie in our lifetimes.
Pleased to meet you.
Actually, we've met once before.
The other members of the Smiling Friends are Alan, who is the deadpan and sarcastic guy who works behind the scenes most of the time, and if this guy doesn't have something about him, then I don't know who does. Gleb, who speaks intelligibly and is apparently older than dirt and richer than a king, and Mr. Boss, who is actually that good boss you once had if that good boss was snorting booger sugar every single hour on the hour.
We thought you went crazy.
Yep, guess time. Oogaloo!
And this cast of characters is actually one of the first things that I noticed when I heard about it about like a year and a half ago, because it's very unusual. Not a woman in sight. Sure, female characters appear. Charlie has a girlfriend and Gleb has a wife, but they show up 4 times max maybe, with just as many voiced lines. This is a boys club, a sausage fest. The lack of estrogen in this series is absolutely absolutely astounding. You can basically feel it when watching any of the episodes.
This lesbian bar doesn't have a fire exit. Enjoy your death trap, ladies.
Even the clients and the problems are overwhelmingly male. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing or anything. I've said in my K-pop Demon Hunters video that targeting a specific audience isn't a negative thing to do. You want to make a movie specifically for young girls? Awesome. You want to make a show mostly targeting the humor of men who spend far too much time on the internet? Fantastic. And yes, I did just compare K-pop Demon Hunters and Smiling Friends in a positive way.
Why don't you shut your mouth before I kick your Come on, let's go! I'm right here!
The creators, Michael and Zach, made a show with a concept, characters, and a world that they found hilarious. They do what they want, when they want to. It's not that the show is anti-women in any way. In fact, I can't really think of a whole lot of jokes at the expense of most of the female characters. But they love mocking all the men in the show relentlessly for things that they, their friends, and most men in modern day, including me, do. There are times where I feel personally attacked myself.
Oh my god. I get it.
In fact, I could see a future episode where Mr. Boss specifically hires a woman to work at Smiling Friends because they have no women in the workplace. Pim and Charlie fight over her, Alan accidentally insults her, Gleb is watching something inappropriate on his iPad, Mr. Boss is accused of harassment even though he treats everyone the exact same way, and the episode ends with all of them getting sued for a large amount of money. They could even make it funnier by bringing in a real female actress to interact with all of them, because that happens in this show. They have real humans interacting with these cartoon characters, like the former president and Father Frog. In fact, the show has a wide range of different forms of animation and character designs, from claymation to crude drawings to extremely detailed 3D images.
This is an impressive fight, though. I'm glad I'm facing towards it.
Everything you can imagine in terms of art style can and probably will appear in the show, at least eventually, along with the plot. Now, this might sound wild, but the Smiling Friends universe is actually a place where Christianity is the true religion. Charlie literally went to hell and was saved by God, played by the late great Gilbert Gottfried during his last ever performance, which is brilliant. If you're going to have a final role, it should be that.
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
At the same time, maybe the other religions are true too. Maybe only America is Christian and the rest of the world is dominated based on the belief system which is strongest in that nation. I could see them making that a part of the show later, and it would be hilarious. Kind of like belief gives it power type of thing. I don't know. They have not really established any rules at all so far.
This is a chariot race. There are no rules.
No rules? Well, if those are the rules.
Now, normally I hate this type of fiction with a burning passion. No rules usually means that there is no sense involved at all and people can just make stupid things happen. But I don't think that there's no rules in Smiling Friends. It's more that Michael and Zach don't really want to tell us what the rules are exactly because they think it's funny to hide it from us. And honestly, I agree with them. They use the rule of funny above all else, even in a world which remembers basically everything that happened previously, except the shape of the Earth, which has changed because it was a funny thing to do.
Charlie, that's not Earth, right?
Dude, that's completely flat. That's 100% flat,
That's
dude.
what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That can't be real, right? That's not.
In fact, the unhinged and wild nature of the show comes from the creators' backgrounds making animation on new grounds. And if you don't know what that is, think Smiling Friends, but on more drugs. No, I'm not kidding. Some of the stuff on there, whew, if you're not insulted, you're likely to get a seizure from the flashing lights. And this mentality from Newgrounds comes true in every single episode of Smiling Friends. Honey Badger don't care, Honey Badger don't give up. They actively want to insult their core audience at every turn, along with their characters and themselves. In a lot of ways, they're more like South Park than Rick and Morty, and it's fascinating to see people's reactions who don't know this about them. People online went from thirsting over Charlie to saying that he doesn't deserve his girlfriend.
Excellent. Here, have a look. Good.
And the interesting thing about Smiling Friends is that it seems to predict the reaction from the fans. The creators understand internet culture better than any other creatives active right now on television or in movies, because these episodes are all finished before they start premiering. Everything is already in the can, yet things in the show addressed internet reactions from only a few episodes ago. It's actually pretty creepy if you think about it.
I am shocked. Shocked! Well, not that shocked.
Despite how insane, wild, and borderline nonsensical Smiling Friends can seem on the surface, and trust me, outsiders do think this, you want to know which episode my wife walked in on me watching this past season? The Mole Man episode. Her literal question was, why is his out, and why are you laughing so hard about this?
What's so funny?
To her, it seems crazy, but to me, it's literally the funniest thing I've ever seen on television, or in movies, or on anything that wasn't on the internet. There are no bad episodes. I'm dying laughing every single time I watch it. If I had to choose my least favorite episodes, it would be the Halloween ones, because scary really isn't my genre. I'm not that big into horror. It's as subjective as you can get, because objectively, they're still amazing to watch. Still hilarious episodes where I scare my pets from how loud I'm laughing.
That's not funny. That's not...
I can't even begin to tell you which scene I thought was funniest in this last season alone. The Office rolling around town, Father Frog having a dramatic speech while being covered in green paint and being a real person in front of a cartoon, Mole Man becoming a stepfather, the witch crying in her boyfriend's arms, Alan licking Mr. Boss, Charlie staying home to play a video game, the bald wizard, the prayer circle for the plague victims, or the very end.
Everyone can get along with each other, except for a certain group of people. You know who I'm talking about.
Excuse me?
There are plenty of things that make Smiling Friends great. Strong cultural commentary, surprisingly impressive animation, slapstick humor, witty banter, awkward moments, insane characters, surprisingly intelligent world building consistently, running gags, a world where anything can happen, and a surprising amount of positivity.
Nothing matters because we're all gonna die someday! Hey! No, please don't kill me, please, no, I don't wanna die, please don't kill me, please don't.
Perhaps the gratitude the show seems to radiate at its own continued existence is the biggest difference maker right now. Unlike South Park or Rick and Morty, Smiling Friends seem happy about the fact that it is on the air. The creators are grateful for every single second that they get, and make sure to wrap up each season in a way that feels satisfying both to them and to the fan base in case they don't get greenlit for another run.
Look, the point I'm trying to make is nobody is born cool, except of course.
Despite the dark humor, there's always a sense of things could be worse, at least you're not dead going on throughout each episode. And that anchors the wild main cast, the absurd humor, the mixing of animation styles, mocking the fan base, and the intentionally awkward moments. Life may suck now, but something will come along to make you smile in a bit. Laugh with us for 12 minutes because things could be a lot worse. And you know what? I think we all need that from time to time these days.
Wow, I love my friends, and I love my God, and I love my country, and God bless America, I guess. What else can you say?
But what do you think? Do you like Smiling Friends as much as me? Do you hate it? Which is your favorite episode? Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And remember, if you disagree with everything I have to say, that is perfectly fine. After all, everyone is entitled to their objectively wrong opinion. Brilliant! Thank you all so much for watching.
You're still here? Good night, everybody!
Thank you. You bye. Boom.
Do not despair.